Welcome back. Right, first things first, let's get that battery on charge, shall we? Now, this canister which we've used, we probably want to put more oxygen into it. And also, I've refined all of this stuff now, so we've got plenty of nitrogen. And let's put some of the oxygen in there, but not all of it. Let's put about 20 units worth in there, just enough to make enough air for that. As you can see, when I put oxygen and nitrogen in there, let's put a bit more in actually. When there's oxygen and nitrogen in together, when the air supply is running, it will continuously convert it. In fact, why don't we just put it all in there for now, and then we'll move it back when it's finished, because that can't convert any more now. To get any more air, we need more nitrogen, and we cannot do that here. We are going to have to go to one of the asteroids orbiting Eve Station to be able to do that, but first things first, we're going to need to do some salvage. Now, I might as well take these with me and leave them on the ship just so that it's ready for when I do go there. The other thing I want to do, but I don't need to do that now. Wait, this thing, oh right. There are 2 carbon filters in there. Now that will do for now, but at some point I want to put those, in fact, no, I won't do that yet, but at some point I'm going to put one of those into the researcher so I can make some more, then I can put 2 of them into the ship. But for now, let's just make sure we've got plenty of air. Is the welder full? More or less. And how's that battery looking? That is fully charged, so we can put that back on the ship. I'm just going to leave it in there for now. We'll leave this one as a spare in here just in case. So is everything switched off that doesn't need to be immediately used? I'm going to leave the airlock on. I don't actually know why, what it actually does when it's on or when it's off, but I just want it on so I can see what states the actual thing's in. In fact, I'm going to close those. Yeah, that's going to keep it going for 4 days. Right, close the inner door, depressurise, helmet on. Let's go salvaging. We need to find a power coupling and a signal amplifier so that we can find out what that transmission says, and to do that we're going to need to do some salvage. Unfortunately, there's no quick and easy way to do that. We're literally going to have to systematically check every station that we find. Undock the ship for me. Put the 2 cans in there. And the battery. And now let's power the ship on. Right, let's see if there are any derelict or any ruins in the near vicinity that we can use. Okay, there is actually a ruin here. Now, fortunately, it is currently just outside this debris field, so we should be okay to go to that. Again, we'll use emergency warp just to that's going to take us into the field, isn't it? No, it's not. Actually, because we're using oxygen, I'm going to use normal warp. I'm going to use warp 1. Simply because if we're waiting 7 minutes for that trip, we're going to end up using a lot more air than we need to. Again, you're always having to weigh up whether you want emergency warp or warp 1, or when you get better warp drives, warp 2 or 3. Because they consume different amounts of power but use different amounts of the warp cell. And if I keep on doing that, it's just going to take a lot longer. So this is going to do it in 2 minutes. If I was using it just using emergency warp, using just the capacitor, it would have taken like 7-8 minutes just to get anywhere near. So yeah. Now ideally, see, this is where the two carbon filters would go. We've got 2, so we can make more. Ideally we'd need a servo motor in here, and we would need a catalyzer for the solar panels. But as we have never found any of those, we can't tell the thing how to make them, so we can't actually make them, which is the annoying thing. Until we find at least one, we're not going to be able to make any of them. So for the time being, this is pretty much all we're going to have to do to make do with. And this is why we quite often need to go out making salvage runs like this, mainly to find new things which we can then put in the researcher, which we can then make with the fabricator. But then of course we've got to gather the resources to do that, and we need to get scrap pieces of stuff that we don't need, which we can then grind down into carbon fibers, and we need to gather iron from the asteroid, which we can then use to make this stuff. If you have a look at your log, it tells you what we can make. A warp cell, for example. Okay, it doesn't, but it tells you what level of them you can make, and we can make up to 4. Tier 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's the carbon filter, that's the cell detonator. And all of those we're going to need at some point, but we don't yet know how to make them, half of them. But anyway, that's about to arrive at Knossos Station. So, let's just wait while we drop out of warp. And watch while the frame rate drops. And we're in luck, there is no debris field. I hate debris fields. Let's just get us close to the station. Yeah, that does not look in too good shape. In fact, that might even be rotating, so we probably don't want to get too close. Okay, it's fine, we're moving relative to it, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, let's go do some salvage. Make sure I'm not carrying anything unnecessary that I don't need. In fact, I'm going to put the welder here, because I don't need it right now. Now, it's always worth doing a visual check of any solar panels, because sometimes they might still have catalyzers in them. It would be in there, but unfortunately it is not. Oh, damn. Oh well, worth a look. Let's see what we can find in here, and hopefully we can find one of these parts that we need. That does not sound good. Now, these are always useful because these scrap panels can be ground down into carbon fibers, and is that a power coupling I can see? Okay, that's one of the parts we need to fix the transmitter. While we're here, let's just see if there's anything else that's going to be useful. Now be careful, because some of these floors might have gravity and some of them won't, so you don't want to suddenly float around on your head and then suddenly be pulled onto the ground while you're rotating to face the other way. Ah, damn, I was expecting gravity here. But there's a nanite core, which is going to be useful. Now see those two symbols in the middle of your HUD? One of them means there's a breach and one of them means there's a fire. So that's worth remembering and knowing what they mean and what... And it's not a problem, it's not going to be an issue here because we're not planning to pressurize this anytime soon, but if you see that and you're planning on pumping air into the room, don't, basically. Why is that door not opening? These doors can be a bit funny sometimes. See, there, now we have gravity. If I was rotated the other way, I would have fallen over onto my arse. Well, there's plenty of these military nanite cores, but this station isn't going to last much longer. And what have we here? Hello, what is this? Interesting. A gun. That might be useful. Hopefully I won't have to use it, but you never know. Oh! Oh! It's a servo motor! I want that. Why can't I have it? Huh, I do have it. Things are just being a bit derpy, as usual. That looks like a warp cell. Wonder how much life is in it. Not much, but it's good to have a spare. Grab another can and another gun. I now have 2 guns. Another warp cell. Ammo. And another gun. Is anything in that? Because I probably can't take all of those. But yeah, that's pretty useful. In fact, is this a external door? Yeah, you know what? Let's drop some of this stuff off and then we'll come back here for that. Oof, yeah. See, that's what happens if you're not careful. Right, this can go into there. Guns can go into the personal defense cabinet. So can the ammo. And we have some spare of those things. We'll put the warp cells on here. The servo motor we are definitely keeping. As well as that. And I'm going to shove those on there. Why have we got... this is being really weird. Okay, so let's head back in there, see what else we can find. Anything on there? Nope. I guess it's too much to hope there's going to be a signal amplifier in here as well. Oh, which way did we come from? I can't remember. Did we go this way? Oh no, we didn't. There's another of those. And there is a spare EVA suit. And another gun. And another air can. Okay, that's about everything, I think. We'll take that. Because if we can get a helmet and a, you know what? Is there anything in this? There isn't, sadly, but if there was, I could bring those cans over and use them to take those resources. That was the big cargo bay that I just... Yep, I think that's everything that I can find here. Right, so... that's where the servo motor would go. Now, unfortunately, there is no easy way to do this next bit. Has that got nitro in it as well? It has, so... which is the one that has both? Okay, none of them have both, but anyway. There's no easy way to do this. But... there's more stuff here. Can we scan this place? Let's scan the area. How do you scan? Sorry, it has been a while since I've done this. Oh, right. So I want to scan in this direction. I think. Ah, that's it. I want to scan along this track here. And let's see if there's anything useful we can pick up here. Possible contacts. Radar signatures 2000. Okay. Not quite what I was hoping for, but how about back that way? Is there anything here on this orbital track? Where's the rest of that station? Okay, so we've got something on here. But anyway, there's I'm going to check this place out here. And I am going to actually increase the radar range and just go on impulse rather than warping. Now at 28 kilometers, this is going to take a while, so let's go fast. And we're probably going to need to use one of these oxygen pots as well, so remember to start slowing down in plenty of time. Because actually, I'm going to check out this terminal. Okay, I can't spend too long out here or my cans are all going to run out, so let's just quickly check out some of these places. A helmet. Ooh, is that what I think it is? Let me just grab that canister. Well, that was incredibly fortunate. I now have both the parts I need. To get that transmitter working. Now let's just have a quick look around in the meantime just to see if there's anything else I can use. There, we don't need any more guns right now. We can probably take one more gun. Take the ammo though. What's this? That's another gun. Can I carry another helmet? Yes, I can. What? Whoa, what happened to this guy? Woman, actually.
Oh man, this place is a mess. I don't even know where to start. An Arthur's imposter could be anywhere. I'll just start with residential, see if that gets me somewhere.
Okay. Interesting. Who's Arthur? What happened here? I'm sure all will be revealed. I'm guessing I can't get into there. I'm sure all will be revealed when I get that transmitter working. Oh, which way did I go? Did I go this way? No, that was from... yeah, that's where I've been. Do we really need more of these cores? Probably not. Could do with civilian cores though, they're always useful. The thing about the military ones is they're great and all, but they don't last long enough. And that just takes you outside, so... more jetpacks. Grab one more jetpack and... so we have enough to make a whole ship. Before I do that though, I just want to have a quick look at the solar panel. Actually, you know what? frame rate would stop tanking. I wonder if I can take that solar array. Well, let's just have a quick look and see if there are any catalyzers. There are! Right, I'm just going to put this back on the ship. Where is the ship? Right there. Right, put that there. Helmet's there. Other jetpack. I think they're both empty, so we definitely want to keep those. In fact, I am going to put one of those onto the solar panel here. Since we have two, that means I have a spare and I can make some more. Right. What's the state of this one? Oh, they're not finite, I guess. Right, now, can I have that solar array? Is the question. What I need to do is detach it from everything else. Well, first I need to get to it. If the frame rate would stop being a dick, maybe? Okay. There's another warp cell here. Grab that. And now let's see if we can undock this. Apparently not. Can we undock it here? Ah, no, apparently not. That's a shame, that would have been really useful. But still, what we've got is really good. Let's just see if there are any more of those catalysts. And there's a panel there which we definitely want. And yes, there are some more of these catalysts. So I'm going to take those. Right. Let's head back. I leave the power on? Okay. Right, I'll see you back at the base. Bye now.